Hey everybody, I'm Natalia Bonner from Peace and Quilt. I have a new machine quilting ruler, the 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler. For today's design, we're going to be using this top side of the ruler, right along here. It's a little bit more complex design, but it's a really cool design and adds a lot to your block. So we'll use the top side of the ruler and stitch point to point curves. Okay, now once we have this design done, we're going to stitch along this line, along our stitch line. This is where we'll really start to dress up the pattern. So stitch along here. Now if you look closely at the ruler, you can see that there are markings on the ruler, these lines. Each line is 1/4 of an inch apart. So actually, as you can see down here, they're marked a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch. That means that the lines are going to be 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch from my needle. So this first line that I'm going to use right here is going to be 1/2 inch from my previous stitch line. So I've stitched in about 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to stitch along a second curve, lining the curve. The first curved line, I'm lining that up with my stitching, putting it right over the top of my stitching. And then back, you can see now that I've got these two perfect curves. Now I'll stitch along this first curve, back out to the corner, then the same thing coming in. Now I can free motion quilt that because I'm confident in my quilting, but if you're not, just turn your ruler, move around that corner, and get ready to start again. So on this top side, we'll do the same thing. We're lining up our stitching with the first line on our ruler. All the way across the top. Now you can see that we're getting this fun diamond shape in the corners. So then we'll stitch back out to the corner. You can turn with your ruler and come onto this line. Now again, line up my stitching right with that first line. Now stitch back to the corner. Move up on this stitching line. Thanks for watching. There's just a few things that I want to point out before we go. You can pick up my 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler on my website, peaceandquilt.com. Also, everybody's always wondering what I use to mark my quilts with. I use the blue Mark Be Gone water-soluble marker. It's a great marker. Also, if you are considering doing any ruler work on your long arm, always make sure you're using an extended base plate. They have several names. Each brand has their own. This base plate is really essential. It extends the hard surface under your quilt so that you have that nice space to move your rulers around while you're quilting. Most machines have their own. Pick them up. Check your machine dealer. I do all of my machine quilting on a Gamma long arm machine. Thanks for watching. Hi, can you hear me and see my ruler?